From the Pep Radio Newsroom, this is a news blast for our social media subscribers and followers. LGBTQ Nation is reporting that a federal judge in Florida has struck down major parts of the state's book ban law, ruling that it violates the First Amendment by sweeping protected literature off school library shelves. In 2023, Florida enacted HB 1069, expanding the state's so-called Don't Say Gay law to prohibit classroom discussions of LGBTQ plus identities through the end of high school. The measure also required schools to remove books flagged for sexual content, a vague standard most often applied to works addressing race, gender, and sexuality. Six major book publishers, the Authors Guild, and parents from Escambia County sued after dozens of books were removed. They argue that HB 1069 gave parents and residents unchecked power to demand removals of any book considered pornographic or described sexual conduct without clear legal definitions. Under this sweeping standard, students lost access to award-winning books including The Color Purple, Cloud Atlas, The Freedom Writer's Diary, Looking for Alaska, Slaughterhouse-Five, Shout, The Handmaid's Tale, Beloved, and The Bluest Eye. In a broad order, federal judge Carlos Mendoza of the U.S. Middle District Court of Florida found the state's book ban unconstitutionally overbroad, calling it an "I know it when I see it" test that chilled free speech. None of these books are obscene, Mendoza wrote in his order. The restrictions placed on these books are thus unreasonable. Florida already bans materials that meet the strict Supreme Court definition of obscenity and are legally harmful to minors. However, House Bill 1069 went far beyond that, and schools used it to censor works ranging from Shakespeare to the dictionary. The dictionary. Way to keep a state's kids literate. Rejecting the state's claim that removals were simply government curation, Judge Mendoza held that delegating an unchecked license to object to materials under an "I know it when I see it" approach to parents, regardless of the holistic value of the book individually or as part of a larger collection, amounted to outright censorship. The decision is especially significant for LGBTQ plus communities since many of the books pulled under Florida's law and similar policies nationwide feature LGBTQ plus characters or explore gender identity. In fact, according to PEN America, 25% of the books banned in the 23-24 school year featured LGBTQ plus characters or themes. This victory affirms what we've always known, that literature has the power to expand worlds, foster empathy, and help young people understand themselves and their experiences, said Mary Rosenberger, CEO of the Authors Guild, which is a party to the lawsuit. Book bans don't just censor words on a page, they silence authors' lived experiences and deny students access to the stories that help them navigate an increasingly complex world. That's a news blast for now. You can listen to Pep Radio on the Live 365 app, the Pep Radio page at paequality.com, on Roku, and on Alexa. Simply tell your device, "Alexa, play Pep Radio." Subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep informed as news develops. Thanks for watching.